He and Britney Spears crossed paths at the Aria Hotel in Las Vegas yesterday. There are two sides of this story, and I guess it's a matter of which one you believe. But per TMZ, Britney Spears tried to catch Victor Wembanyama's attention so they could take a photo together inside the Aria Hotel. When she approached, Spears was hit by a member of the Spurs security and nearly knocked to the ground. Spears' team would later file a police report. Here is what Victor Wembanyama had to say about his side of the story.
And there was one person who was calling me, but we talked before with the security, don't stop because it's gonna make a crowd. So I couldn't stop. So that person was calling me, sir, and that person grabbed me from behind. So I didn't see what happened because I was walking straight and we told don't stop. But that person grabbed me from behind, not on my shoulder. She grabbed me from behind, and so I just know that the security pushed her away. I don't know with how much force though, but security pushed her away, and I didn't stop to look, so I kept walking and enjoyed a nice dinner. That was fun, really, guys.
So, from Victor's account, I don't think he knew what happened until after the fact. I actually believe him on that front. Think about the height side of things. Victor Wembanyama is what? 7'3", 7'4", 7'5". Britney Spears is what? 5'4"? And let's also be honest. Britney Spears is no longer Britney Spears. That's nothing against her. She's in her early 40s. And again, Victor Wembanyama was not alive when some of her biggest hits were being played on every radio station every 5 minutes or so. But Britney Spears has a different side of the story here. Traumatic experiences are not new to me, and I have had my fair share of them. I was not prepared for what happened to me last night. I recognized an athlete, which is believable. Britney Spears, for those who don't know, found this out today, played basketball in high school. And apparently is a basketball fan.
That part's it's not believable until you hear that part. And you're like, all right, I guess she's a basketball fan.
It's surprising that she played basketball. I agree with you, Sean.
Yeah, you'd think that like her parents like kept her locked away learning how to dance and sing.
Right. And maybe this was something that she did in middle school and it's being turned into, she played a little bit of JV, which means she played high school basketball. But she has played it. I think it's believable that also she saw a security detail around a tall person, looked up tall NBA players, and there's not that many 7-footers in the NBA these days, specifically ones that look like Victor Wembanyama. So she continues with her statement. I approached him to congratulate him on his success. It was really loud, so I tapped him on the shoulder to get his attention. I'm aware of the player's statement where he mentions, I grabbed him from behind, but I simply tapped him on the shoulder. His security then backhanded me in the face without looking back in front of a crowd, nearly knocking me down and causing my glasses, oh no, not her glasses, to fall off her face. We're really painting a picture here. Look, maybe the security guy hit her hard. I'm going to believe her on that front. But I'm also not going to believe 5'4" Britney Spears is able to touch Victor Wembanyama's shoulder, 7'3", without jumping. And I'm guessing those 41-year-old knees are not as powerful as they once perhaps were, where she would have had the ability to do that. So, yeah, I bet she grabbed him from behind. To be fair, with anyone grabbing a 7-foot tall person from behind, there's a chance you might hit them on the behind. Is that what Wemby said? No. But Britney did make this story about her as the statement continues. I get swarmed by people all the time. In fact, that night I was swarmed by a group of at least 20 fans. My security team didn't hit any of them.
Good point. Good point. If someone knows about security teams.
I think the bad guy here are the San Antonio Spurs, right? It's the San Antonio Spurs, whatever the hell his deal is. Is it a PR head? Is it a security team? Whatever. She continues, this story is super embarrassing to share with the world, but it's out there already. I think it's important to share this story and urge people in the public eye to set an example and treat all people with respect. And then here we go with the cherry on top. Physical violence is happening too much in this world, often behind closed doors. I stand with all the victims, and my heart goes out to all of you. I have yet to get a public apology from the player, his security, or their organization. I hope they will. And she's filing charges.
There is too much violence these days.
There is a lot of
You know,
violence, Sean.
You see what's going on in Ukraine.
Oh, man.
Britney Spears getting pushed in Las Vegas,
Uh-huh. You're so right.
etc.
I mean,
etc.
Go on the Serengeti. Lots of violence taking place there.
Yeah. TikTok.
The circle of life. TikTok violence. That's true. You seen what's happening with everybody that's drinking the Grimace shake? They're dying. It's happening on TikTok. It has to be real. So, if I'm picking a side here, I think that Wemby's story is very believable. And this is the part that hurts Britney. Everyone that's my age, maybe a little older than my age, you guys know who Britney Spears is. Britney Spears was the thing. I hate to say it like that, but I mean, this was, in the eyes of many, the sexiest woman alive for like a 5-year stretch. And she had some bangers. Then she married Kevin Federline. And maybe there is some issues with her parents. And obviously she was in a conservatorship. Like there's a lot that she was going through. Okay. But hey, she's on social media posting weird videos. I'm not sure what she's going for. She's no longer the icon she used to be. Sure, people recognize her, but I want to ask this question. We'll hear from Victor Wembanyama first. Do you think that Wemby knows who Britney Spears is? And this is just going to be a depressing reality for a lot of people, especially when, as I butchered saying coming into this segment, he was not born when Britney Spears had her best songs. Here is what Victor had to say when he was asked if he knew it was Britney Spears.
I thought it was no big deal, and the security of this person told me it was Britney Spears. So I was like, no, you're joking. But yeah, it turns out it was Britney Spears. But I didn't know because I didn't see her. I never saw her face. I just kept walking straight.
Here's where he becomes a little bit less believable. Now, I buy into the idea that he had no clue who she was because he just kept walking and he never looked back. But I think that if the security detail or anybody that was mentioning him on social media, if they explained, oh, it was Britney Spears, I doubt that he would know right away. I bet it would take maybe a 5 to 10 minute explanation of who she is before he realized the gravitas of the situation, which was created entirely by his security team and not by him.
Yeah. Also, Britney Spears, I imagine, is like rolling incognito through these Las
Baseball
Vegas.
hat on.
Yeah, like hoodie, sunglasses.
I would think so because, as she said, she did still get swarmed by like 20 people while she was there.
Yeah, I think that's probably a little bit of credit in Victor's favor, but I also agree with you that someone was probably like, yeah, you know that lady your security guard pushed down? Yeah, that was Britney Spears. And he would be like, very interesting. And they're like, you know Britney Spears, right? He's like, yes, I've heard of her.
He probably...
My mom loved her music.
Look, this could be Victor Wembanyama becoming the next LeBron James, like lying for no reason at all. Like this is the first step, like pretending you know something that you didn't. You're from France, dude. It's okay. Like I don't expect you to know about somebody who was relevant before you were born when you're growing up in France. It's not to say that like France doesn't have the internet or something like that. I'm just saying I think it's believable that he had no idea who she was and that he is not at fault at all here. It is the Spurs, the evil San Antonio Spurs who are at
with
fault.
this goon squad that they surrounded Victor with.
Right. I mean, they're walking around with hired goons, right?
Jackbooted thugs.
Exactly. Like KGB? I don't know. But they're walking around here. They're just punching random people in the face. And clearly, they need to have Victor Wembanyama taken away from them. They're abusing Britney Spears, and we need to take Victor Wembanyama away from the Spurs because he could be next. And a lot of people might be saying, oh, he's 7'3". Or you're thinking like with Rudy Farias, the guy who was missing for 8 years, who was found again here in Houston, where the police are like, yeah, he's a grown man and he was never actually missing. So we're not looking into this anymore. You might think to yourself, oh, well, I mean, he probably could have told his mom no, given that he's a grown man. But no, it's not that simple. It's not. And Victor Wembanyama should be taken away from the San Antonio Spurs and given to the Houston Rockets. So we want to thank Britney Spears, possible Rockets fan, for her service. And we are going to use that to take custody of Victor Wembanyama away. Is he even 18? I don't know. I mean, does France have their own, like, record issues that we see sometimes in Latin America? For all we know, like, maybe they do it the opposite way. Maybe they make Victor Wembanyama a little bit older because obviously, you know, they're a little bit more free with the lovin' in France. They have been since like the 1700s. Like, that's the way that they go there. So maybe he's actually like 2 years younger than he's listed. I don't know. All I know is that he needs to be taken away from the Spurs. And
given to the team that had the same record at the Spurs.
Yeah.
So it's like,
not the Pistons, though.
No, but the Rockets had literally the same record as the Spurs.
That's true. That's true. So it does make you feel old, doesn't it? Like this idea that Victor Wembanyama had no idea who Britney Spears was, which again, I think is very believable.
It's also just such a wild head. Like when I first saw it, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I was like, I can't wait for in 30 minutes or people's like, this is obviously a fake headline, but it came from TMZ, and if anything, TMZ is reliable when it comes to that.
Sean, he is so like distanced from Britney Spears. He's distanced from this. Have you seen the Leave Britney Alone video?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure because you are right about the
I'm
age.
almost 10 years older than Victor Wembanyama.
I got you on that, but I don't know if you're watching this when you're 8, 9 years old on YouTube or whatever it was, because this video is at least 15 years old. The Leave Britney Alone video. And for those who don't remember, there is a man, rather effeminate, under some sheets, and this person has just had it up to here with the way that Britney Spears is being treated by the liberal media.
Leave Britney alone! Please!
And it's just this for essentially like 2 minutes, just underneath the sheets, saying things like, she's done all she can for you! Here's a little more.
You're lucky she even performed for you bastards! Leave Britney alone!
So there you go.
Please!
Please, leave Britney alone.
You bastard.
Yeah, you San Antonio Spurs security detail. Like, you bastards. Wemby Mania. There's another clip that we'll have to play a little bit later in the show because San Antonio clearly does not deserve Victor Wembanyama. You know, you got security staffers abusing Britney Spears. She's been through enough. And on top of that, you also have, to make matters worse, very creepy fans.